Top of the morning to you. I hope you're all fine and dandy and staying ahead of the game. Remember, it is a game, and each one of us must play our part. Thank you for joining me again today, and today we're in the northeast of Scotland once again, and we're looking at the fall of the beasts, the great dragons from the North Celestial Pole, that which we read of in Revelation 12. When we read of the great war in the heavens with Michael and the angels and beasts which were cast out. And we are down in Portlethen and mapping the fall of the beast once again. And Portlethen sits on the east coast, just south of Aberdeen, 15-20 miles. It's an old establishment, an old settlement on the coast there. Just further down the road you've got Dunocta Castle, and yeah, lots more. And on this coastline, lots of ancient Pictish or Hittite sites in this area. But what we're going to look at today is Portlethen town. And if you've been watching this video, there's nothing unusual here. You're just seeing the same overlay of a creature which has been cast down from the North Celestial Pole, from Heaven's Gate. And I'm going to take a little bit of time looking at Portlethen, and we'll zoom in and out to show how precise these stars are. You can see there that star is right on the tail there, and we have a farm, quite an old farm sitting right on where that star is, and there's just another one just further out. I should maybe stretch that out a little bit, but the rest of the town is fairly perfect, perfect match to all we have. And if I can just say here as well, I meant to say at the beginning, the name Portlethen, the word here Lethen, this word Lethen, this word Portlethen is the word Leviathan, which means for the beast. So the port of the Lethen, the port of the beast. So we have here, and we have the, let's have a look at the, we have, I was about to say, we have the Lyra, which also fell with the Tuatha de Danann and the beast. We have the Fornax, we have the Chemica, which is, you know, feeding into the Fornax, and we have the Machina, and we have the Sculptor. And if we just look at Downey's, you can see Downey's takes the shape of the Sculptor. Portlethen village is the Machina, and if we look, you can see that this part here, this big farm, is the Chemica, and so too this Enrich energy group, energy quip, is the Fornax. So this here is the main thoroughfare past, as you're passing Portlethen. You can see you go right through the beast itself, and there are so many stars in that area, including the Asda. And just across the road there you've got those ancient farms that represent those stars, those buildings, which are all mud-flood buildings. And we have the golf course once again here, hiding certain parts in the landscape. And the city planners and the town planners know exactly what they're doing. They lay out the designs of the streets according to the asterisms above, or that which was cast down above. And you see the Portlethen moss, which is obviously a bog. It's always the back of the beast. This back bit is all, wherever it is, it's always the bog, or you know, rough. It's hilly, but a bog. a rough landscape, and so nothing's really ever built there apart from industrial estates, which are always built, not always built on the head, but they're always built up quite a bit round the head to hide, quite often to hide these things. And we can see here even the shape of the harp here in the field. Of course the golf courses done a lot to try and destroy that, but the buildings themselves, these buildings still remain, or these marks still remain, identifying the star systems. And you can see here as well, this one here, right here, is on the golf course area. This is all the Portlethen golf course, and the various holes at Portlethen. And once again the claws are always reaching down into the commercial areas, the places where people have to pass through. We see a farm shop and whatever here. The main stars are always in the important areas of commerce when it comes to Cetus the Beast, and we see that here in the head and this upper body area where we have Portlethen supermarket and so on. So once again, Cetus the Beast and the other 5 asterisms. Let's just have a little look at this. This is quite a prominent star down here, and of course that must be Portlethen swimming pool, it must be the school, I'm not sure. Lethen archers, I reckon Downies, where is it? You've got the community hawk woodlands there, all harvesting your energy because it's all part of the chemica and the machina. And this main junction here, there's obviously something going on there because there's a star there, and there is a different sort of layout, or a sort of conglomeration of roads all meeting in that point there. Easter Drive. Yeah, so once again we find Cetus the Beast hidden in plain sight, but hidden there. You can see quite clearly the harp up there in the shape. That should maybe possibly be a little over in order to include Findon here as the machina. Maybe even should be turned around a little, but that's Cetus the Beast. It was the name itself of Portlethen, which I'm familiar with, that drew me to this could be another Cetus the Beast. And when I seen the Brundtland circle here, and I know I'm familiar with this, it's, you know, this area, it's raised up, whereas this is lower down because this was an ancient waterway here. All this was water, and these are the asterisms that have came down, that sit in the waters, as above so below. So this is Portlethen, and once again we are seeing Cetus the Beast falling, and the harp, the Lyra, who are the Tuatha de Danann, and we see the sculptor so perfectly overlaid there. In the area of Downies, just the road itself takes the shape, the exact shape. Yeah, amazing discoveries here as we watch this great war, as I see this great war unfold. Yeah, and of course all the standing stones in this area are also marking Cetus the Beast. For example, the recumbent stones, this may be a recumbent stone. Let's see if we can load it up and have a look. But the recumbent stones themselves are pointing, this is new part to my research, not so much new now, but the recumbent stones, these upright stones, are actually pointing, and Cetus the Beast represents the recumbent. So sadly there's not much left of this recumbent stone circle here, Ockley circle, but you can see this is representative of Cetus the Beast, this large recumbent stone here, and it would be pointing in the direction of Cetus, which of course is here. So this here would be pointing in the stone, or pointing in the direction of Cetus the Beast, as such. And I've started showing this on other maps that I've done, and yeah, so I'll just mark that one. That was, find out the name of it while I remember. Was it Ockley or something? Ockley Circle. So Ockley Circle is also pointing us to Cetus the Beast, and that's what all the recumbent stones are actually doing. They're pointing us to these beasts, which are in the heavens. And I will put that this is a recumbent stone because the recumbent stones are pointing directly to the beast. Boswell's monument, of course that monument will be sitting in a prominent place, harnessing power from the ether, but that will be for another video. So this is Portlethen in Aberdeenshire, the beast being cast down from the North Celestial Pole. And there are lots of videos on my pages on YouTube and on Facebook talking about the Great War in the heavens and marking the physical lands with the beasts which were cast out of heaven. Hope you enjoy it, hope you like it, hope you share it. Thanks very much for watching. I win.